Have you ever noticed that security cameras never blink? They just watch, quietly, patiently, every hallway, every parking lot, every gas station, every apartment building. Millions of cameras recording millions of ordinary moments every single day. Most of that footage means absolutely nothing. People buying groceries, employees clocking in for work, cars rolling through intersections at 3 in the morning, neighbors taking out the trash, dogs barking at absolutely nothing. But every once in a while, a camera captures something that was never supposed to happen. Something nobody can explain. Something that doesn't look real. And the strangest part, the footage you're about to see came from a house that technically doesn't exist anymore. Tonight, I'm attempting something nobody has ever successfully completed. I'm going to spend 24 hours inside Ashborough House, completely alone, no phone signal, no internet, no electricity except for a backup generator. And the only thing documenting what happens inside will be the security cameras. If this video was uploaded, that means the cameras survived the night. 3 weeks ago, I received an email from someone claiming to work in property recovery. No profile picture, no company logo, no phone number, just a single sentence. Would you spend one night inside a condemned property for $25,000? At first, I assumed it was fake, probably some online prank, maybe an ARG promotion. But then I saw the attachments, photographs, dozens of them. The images showed a massive Victorian mansion sitting in the middle of a dead forest. Every window was boarded shut. The roof was collapsing inward, paint peeled from the walls like old skin, and in almost every photo, there was someone standing in one of the upstairs windows. A tall figure, completely motionless. At first, I thought it was a mannequin. Then I noticed something strange. In every photograph, the figure was standing in a different window. But according to the timestamps, every picture had been taken within the same minute. That's when I should have walked away. Instead, I replied. 2 hours later, another message arrived. The subject line wasn't instructions. It wasn't challenge rules. It simply said rules for survival. There were 7 of them. Rule 1. Do not look directly into the upstairs hallway camera after 2:13 a.m. Rule 2. If you hear knocking beneath the floorboards, remain completely silent. Rule 3. The woman in the dining room is not part of the house. Rule 4. Never allow camera 8 to lose signal. Rule 5. If a door appears open that was previously closed, do not investigate. Rule 6. If someone appears outside asking for help, do not let them in. Rule 7. If the cameras stop recording, run. I arrived just before sunset. The road leading to Ashbrook House looked abandoned. No streetlights, no nearby homes, no traffic. The deeper I drove into the woods, the quieter everything became. Even the insects stopped making noise. That should have been my first warning. Then the house appeared through the trees, huge, dark, rotting, like something crawling out of a nightmare. Waiting near the gate was a metal equipment case. Inside were 8 wireless security cameras, a handheld camcorder, backup batteries, a flashlight, and another envelope. I opened it immediately. Inside was a single handwritten sentence. Whatever pretends to be me after midnight is not human. No signature, no explanation. Just that. I started setting up the cameras. Camera 1 covered the front entrance. Camera 2 watched the main staircase. Camera 3 monitored the dining room. Camera 4 faced the basement stairs. Camera 5 covered the upstairs hallway. Camera 6 watched the bedroom corridor. Camera 7 looked over the backyard. And Camera 8 covered the attic. The moment I mounted it, I heard scratching above the ceiling, slow, heavy, like furniture being dragged across wood. I called out. No response. Then I checked the monitor. The attic door behind me looked slightly open, but when I turned around, it was closed. On the monitor, it was open. In reality, it wasn't. I told myself it was a camera glitch. Deep down, I already knew it wasn't. The first few hours were uneventful, and honestly, that was the worst part. The silence inside Ashborough House didn't feel peaceful. It felt wrong, heavy, like the house itself was listening. Every room smelled of dust, mold, and damp wood. Old family photographs still hung on the walls, but every face had been scratched out. Every single one. At 10:47 p.m., Camera 3 detected movement in the dining room. I checked the monitor. Nothing. Then another motion alert appeared. One of the chairs had moved, only a few inches, but I knew for a fact it hadn't been like that before. When I entered the room, everything looked normal. Until I noticed the center of the table. Someone had placed a white porcelain plate there. I was alone in the house, and I definitely hadn't put it there. At exactly 12:15 a.m., all 8 camera feeds froze at the same time, the screens filled with static. When the picture returned, every camera displayed the same timestamp, 2:13 a.m. My watch still read 12:13. I restarted the system. Nothing changed. The cameras insisted it was 2:13, and that's when Camera 5 detected movement. Something was standing in the upstairs hallway. Tall, completely still, facing the camera. Its proportions were wrong. Its arms hung too low, its neck tilted at an unnatural angle. And its face was blurred, not hidden, not shadowed. Blurred, like the camera itself refused to focus on it. Then it slowly raised one arm and pointed directly into the lens. I should have left. Instead, I went upstairs. The hallway was empty. Nothing there. No figure, no movement. Then I heard a loud bang downstairs. Camera 4, the basement. The basement door was open. I knew I'd left it closed. The camera showed complete darkness beyond the doorway, but something was moving inside. Then the microphone picked up a voice. My voice, whispering, "Help me." I froze, because I'd never gone into the basement, and I definitely hadn't said that. The voice came again, closer this time. "Please." Then came a scream, my scream, and for a single frame, I saw a face emerge from the darkness. It looked exactly like me, almost. At 1:36 a.m., Camera 3 activated again. The dining room. A woman was sitting at the table, perfectly still. Long black hair covered her face. When she slowly lifted her head, I couldn't see her eyes, only her smile, far too wide. Then she whispered,
"Don't fall asleep."
Every camera glitched at the same time. When the image returned, she was gone. But the chair across from her had been pulled out, like someone had just stood up. At exactly 2:13 a.m., Camera 8 lost signal. The attic. The moment it happened, every light in the house went out. The generator outside fell silent, and the entire house sank into absolute stillness. No electricity, no wind, No insects, nothing. Then I heard footsteps, slooty, heavy, directly above me. Someone was walking across the attic, back and forth, back and forth. I remembered Rule 4, never allow camera 8 to lose signal. Every instinct in my body told me not to go up there. But the footsteps kept getting louder, closer, like something upstairs knew I was listening. I grabbed my flashlight and headed for the attic stairs. The beam shook in my hands the entire way up. When I reached the top, the attic door was already open. A blast of cold air drifted out from the darkness. Then I heard whispering. Not one voice, several, all repeating the same phrase over and over again. I pushed the door open completely. The attic looked empty, at first. Then my flashlight landed on a single chair sitting in the middle of the room, and behind it, dozens of old security cameras. Some rusted, some broken, some so old they looked decades out of date. Every single one pointed directly at the chair. Leather restraints hung from the armrests, and scattered across the floor beneath it were hundreds of human teeth. Some yellow with age, others looked disturbingly fresh. I actually laughed when I finished reading them. Not because they were funny, because they felt too perfect, like someone was trying way too hard to be creepy. But then I noticed something attached beneath the rules, a photograph, a grainy security camera image. A man standing inside the house, looking directly into the camera. His mouth was open, like he was screaming, and scratched into the wall behind him were 3 words: "Don't blink, keep watching." A man tearing at the restraints until his fingernails ripped away. Someone begging directly into the camera for help before the footage abruptly cut out. And in every recording, the same figure stood behind them. Tall, impossible thin, silent, watching from the corner. Then one monitor showed something even worse. Me, not a live feed, a recording. The timestamp showed tomorrow's date. I watched myself sitting in the attic chair, completely motionless, black streaks running from my eyes. My mouth slowly opened, and using my own voice, the recording whispered, "You stayed awake too long." My stomach dropped. Every monitor instantly shut off. The attic plunged back into darkness. Then I heard breathing right beside me. Warm air touched the side of my neck. I spun around with the flashlight. Nothing. But then a voice whispered directly into my ear, "Don't turn around." My entire body locked up because it was my voice. The flashlight flickered violently. For half a second, the beam illuminated the corner behind me, and I saw it. The thing from the recordings, standing beneath the slanted attic ceiling, far too tall to fit, its limbs bent backward like broken joints. Its skin looked stretched tight across its body. But its face was wrong. It looked unfinished, like dozens of human faces were trapped beneath the skin. Some smiling, some crying, some screaming, all moving at once, all trying to get out. The creature twitched the moment the flashlight touched it. Then it lunged forward. Not running, not walking, glitching, jerking toward me like corrupted footage, skipping frames. I stumbled backward and screamed. Every camera in the attic activated at once. The room exploded with blinding white lights. The monitors flashed images too quickly to understand. Hospital hallways, forests at night, people sleeping, empty bedrooms, security footage from all over the world. Every screen showing strangers staring directly into their cameras at exactly 2:30 a.m. Then everything stopped. One final image appeared on every monitor, At the same time, my apartment, my bedroom, live. According to police reports, nothing unusual was found inside Ashburton House. No bodies, no attic cameras, no restraints, no evidence of forced entry. Official records showed the property had been abandoned for nearly 20 years. That should have been the end of the story. But 6 hours after investigators searched the house, the footage appeared online, uploaded to a private horror forum. Nobody knows who posted it. And attached to the upload was a single image. Black and white, low quality. Taken from a security camera inside someone's apartment. The timestamp read 2:13 a.m. The image showed a dark hallway leading toward a bedroom. At first it looked completely empty, until you noticed the figure standing at the far end of the hall. Tall, motionless, almost blending into the darkness. Watching the camera, investigators tried tracing the image back to its source. They couldn't. The account disappeared less than 10 minutes after posting it. No IP address, no archive, nothing. Later, viewers started noticing strange details hidden throughout the footage. Faces appearing for a single frame, reflections that shouldn't exist. Whispers buried beneath the static. Some people even claimed the video changed every time they watched it. Different shadows, different voices, different figures standing in the background. I don't know if any of that is true. And honestly, I don't think I want to know. But there is one thing I can't explain. During the final analysis of camera 8, audio technicians isolated a hidden sound beneath the interference. A heavily distorted voice, barely human, repeating the same sentence over and over again. You left the cameras running. If you noticed anything unusual in the footage that I missed, leave your theories in the comments below. And if you're watching this late at night, maybe don't look down any dark hallways for a while, just in case, because some things don't need doors to enter a house. Sometimes they just watch.